So yeah, going back a little bit, how did you kind of get into art?
Well, I was introduced to art pretty early. My mother, she works in recreation and is a very creative person herself. And so she exposed me to a lot of, like, when she saw that I was pretty good at it, she just like really encouraged me. And that's how I got into it when I was younger. She put me in some classes here and there. And then my uncle, he's also an artist as well, and he was doing like oil paintings and like making his own frames and things like that. So it was really, involved, and I fell in love with art and yeah, portraiture specifically. I was like obsessed.
What do you find often inspires your art nowadays? I know you touched on you kind of related a lot to the Afro Nova Scotian experience. Where do you find like inspiration?
Yeah, it's more, I would say it's more generalized. I tend to, what inspired me first was that I noticed there wasn't really much work that spoke about the African Nova Scotian experience. And so I was like, well, maybe I want to make work that I would love to see in the galleries, or work that I feel is not really represented today. There were a few artists that inspired me. Kadir Nelson is one. Ndideka Keneally Crosby is another, Kehinde Wiley. Those, just to name a few, were really inspiring artists. Just so, like, I saw that it was possible for me to actually, do it, and so I just took it from my own perspective. Like, what do I feel, my people need in this province?
You already spoke of your mediums, but do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I do prefer working in oils, but I'm trying to experiment with acrylics right now. I do like working just mixed media in general, collage and using fabrics and things like that. But yeah, I would say, yeah, if I had to pick one, it would be oils. And my process is pretty, I guess, simple. I would just pick like a theme that I want to talk about, or something that really is, I guess, pressing on my mind, and then find uh, images for that, whether I take them myself or I find them in old photo albums. And then, yeah, then I figure out the quilt that I'm going to make, like the design of the quilt that matches the image, and yeah, begin the process of piecing it all together.
Like, do you have any favorite pieces, I guess, that you would want to talk about then? Like any favorite pieces?
Sure, yeah. So I guess I can talk about, so I guess a favorite piece is Virtuous Woman, is a painting that I did. Basically, it was for my grandmother. It was kind of, well, she was like another mother to me. She was really like my best friend. And yeah, the painting was pretty much like a big thank you to her. She had a really massive impact in my life. And I think living intergenerationally, it was really, yeah, I felt very lucky and very, blessed to even have that experience, to be raised around a senior.
Where would be like the best place to see some of your pieces?
Yeah, well, right now, there's the show at the AGNS. And then I mean, you can check out my website, which is letitiafraser.com, or my Instagram, which is New Scotland Black. Yeah, those are the main places that you can check out my work.
I'm curious about what sort of struggles have you faced coming up as an artist?
I don't know. I guess the only struggle that I've, I guess, faced while being an artist, just in general, is sticking to like an idea, pretty much. Trying to find an idea and really stick to it, because I can be really indecisive. But once I've chosen a piece, once I've chosen it, then I just go for it, because otherwise it'll take forever. The process can be pretty lengthy if I kept going.
Is there anything that you would say to someone who's trying to kind of explore that area, get into art?
Yeah, I think my go-to is just to think about what you love to do or what you love to talk about, and then pair that with something like a creative process that feels right for you. Like some people painting, I always run into people that say, oh, I could never paint. I can't even paint a stick person. But you don't always have to draw people, right? Like there's so many other ways that you can express yourself creatively. And I think exploring that is a great way to find out, what medium you want to choose. But finding out what you're passionate about, something that you really want to speak about. I find sometimes the disconnect is that people just talk about, I don't know, something small when it's your platform. Like you can speak about whatever you want on whatever level. And I focus on helping other people. I focus on my community. I mean, people can do what they want, but whatever subject you're passionate about is kind of pairing those two things together, being experimenting, finding your thing creatively, and then pairing it with a passion of yours.